Hi, I'm Satoko Omata, reporting at the NUJ Delegates meeting 2012 at Newcastle Civic Centre. Next to me is Mr. Omar Faruk. Mr. Faruk, can you tell me more about your work with the IFJ and the National Union of Somali Journalists?
My role in the National Union of Somali Journalists is I am the Secretary General of the National Union of Somali Journalists, and I also happen to be a member of the Executive Committee of the International Federation of Journalists. My role also entails in representing our members, our journalists, and fighting for their, safety, fighting for press freedom, fighting for labor rights. And what we are advocating now is, look, how do we stop continued crimes committed against journalists in Somalia, and how we can make sure that journalists get justice. Because we believe that those who were killed, those who are now being victimized and brutalized, are journalists who were denied their fundamental right of, to free expression, the right to life, for them to exist as, as workers, as people who deserve to be supported. That's what we are lacking, and that is what we are advocating for. IFJ is playing a great role in that regard in terms of supporting the safety and security of journalists all around, particularly, Somalia.
Okay. Over the past month, I've heard there's 7 journalists killed as well, and I've read reports about Somali journalists being killed, threatened, forced to move to other places. Can you tell us more about, because clearly in a lot of places, in not only Somalia and other countries as well, there is not much of press freedom. So can you give us an insight of what actually happens in that instead of what we see in the media every day?
Well, the first problem is, what do you report, what do you write, what do you broadcast? That is where the problem starts. If you broadcast or report on something which is very crucial, something that is very important, but some people may see it look uncomfortable truth, and they do not want to be reported. Whether it's corruption, it's bad governance, or it is, crimes against humanity or human rights violations, then armed groups always have a go at journalists and try to eliminate them, because some of them believe that they do not have a place to detain a journalist. So what they do is that they pay through the bullet. And some of them, they say that, look, this journalist has been paid, has been corrupted. Therefore, they are now coming back to tarnish our name. So we will pay them through the bullets. That's what is happening. Yeah, and that's why most of the journalists are victimized by these, different groups who are armed, who only believe the rule of God instead of the rule of law.
Okay. So with all these problems, what kind of future of journalism in Somalia can you foresee?
Well, we are facing a difficult times, and in such kind of situation, we must not give up. And what we are doing is to make sure that we do not give up in such kind of situation. We need to fight. We need to make sure that we have our voices heard. We need to make sure that what we want to do is adequately covered, and we need to make sure that our voice is represented. But the most important thing is that how do we make sure that whatever we wanted, like servicing our society, giving information, exercising the right to free expression, promoting the fundamental rights of humanity, how do we make sure these rights are protected?
So with all these aims, how is it that the NUJ and the IFJ can come in and help these situations?
Well, NUJ and the IFJ can help. For example, we have shared values, shared principles. We are both unionists. We believe that, we defend the common interest. We defend the common issues. That is the regard that we would like now to say that the NUJ and our colleagues in the UK and Ireland, to extend the solidarity to their brothers and sisters in Somalia, to make sure their voices are heard, to pressurize the international community, to advocate for better working conditions for journalists and a secure and safe environment in which journalists can work. Because the international community has a very serious engagement towards Somalia. and that can make change.
Okay.
That is what we believe. IFJ can do political and also financial support in making sure that journalists in Somalia are protected and are supported.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I wish for all the best towards the future of media and all the journalists in Somalia as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Very good.